Good morning, I'm Jason Ellis, and this is Techville News. Today is Friday, April 2nd. Happy Friday. I know some of us either have half days or closures today. If you do, lucky you. But in the meantime, here are your top headlines from yesterday to know going into maybe your workday today. Our first news story of the day, Barry Jenkins and his Pastel production company have officially parted ways with Amazon. They have just made a new 2-year first look deal with HBO and HBOMax. The interesting tidbit about this is A24 is also involved, and anything that comes out of the Pastel group, A24 will come on as an executive producer. I find this very smart by A24. Pastel has a great initiative to find up-and-coming voices, so this gives A24 essentially first look to find these new artists and writers. So smart move by A24, and I think this is a very good home for Barry Jenkins and Pastel, especially the type of work he does. Feels very primarily HBO friendly. I want to talk a little bit of something controversial, I would say, but Hollywood all of a sudden now is flexing their political muscles with the Georgia voter restriction bill. Yesterday, Viacom, CBS, and Warner Media through AT&T have come out and said they are not okay with these voter restriction laws down in Georgia. I have a slight issue with this. Yes, this looks like probably a repeat of what's happened previously in Georgia / other southern states where the DOJ will investigate, and the Democrats on the federal level may be passing their own voting structure bill to essentially nullify what Georgia's doing. But this is almost like 2019 when Georgia passed their crazy abortion bills, and Hollywood went crazy, and then nothing happened. Production is still going on down there. Tyler Perry's company is still down there. Nothing changed. Yes, things did not succeed politically in Georgia for those bills, but still, once again, just Hollywood going, oh yeah, we have to now stand up for something, and then when it kind of goes out of vogue, we no longer talk about it. Business-wise, though, I am understanding why the individual studios are not coming out. They are hoping for the DOJ and the Democrats to do something, but they have had a crappy pandemic year. So having Georgia's tax incentive is a great get for them for production, and they don't want to upset investors at this current time. So yes, it makes sense. It's just a little annoying when Hollywood continues trying to influence politics and then doesn't follow through. I am talking as a whole, not as individuals. I know there are definitely individuals who are out there and blazing trails. I will say a very interesting, positive person is the New Jersey governor, whose name Phil Murphy, has essentially sent letters to Netflix and other big studios going, hey, we have a 30% tax incentive, almost the same as Georgia. Come here instead. So awesome move by Jersey to kind of keep on capitalizing by the political craziness that is Georgia to try to entice Hollywood back to Jersey, but really utilizing what Jersey can bring to them incentive wise. So we'll see what happens, but I do hope Hollywood flexes their muscles if our government does not, because Hollywood is a big revenue stream for Georgia, Atlanta, and all of them. I don't want to hurt anyone's economy, but this bill's nuts. Previous bills have been nuts, so we'll see what happens, but interesting just to see a little deep dive into it. In cancellation news, and a pretty big announcement, Warner Brothers and DC Entertainment have put to a halt further development on 2 big titles. The first one is New Gods that Ava DuVernay and Tom King were writing. This would have been a directing vehicle for Ava DuVernay as well. She's still in the DC family. She's doing Naomi for CW. But they've been developing this since 2018. And the second project by James Wan, who is still doing Aquaman 2 for them, they have stopped further development on The Trench. This was the spin-off, I would say the potential horror spin-off of those creepy trench monsters from their first Aquaman movie. Not too much of a surprise that this is happening. Warner Media, with the launch of HBOMax, they are definitely looking into their properties, specifically DC, very much so, and trying to figure out what's the best rollout plan. It is funny because obviously they're trying to do an interconnected slate with Justice League and the new Batman with Robert Pattinson. It's just so funny because Marvel's been doing this for 10 plus years, and all of a sudden you're going, that seems like a great model to follow. So, not knocking these pauses on development, and actually very happy that DC is finally going, pause, let's look into our stream and how we're going to lay out these projects, because I love DC properties. They have some of the greatest projects out there and greatest characters. So, cool to see. Unfortunate news for DuVernay and Wan, but we'll see what happens with those as well. On the TV side, the animation comedy Bless the Heart is officially canceled by Fox. They had a two-season run. Unfortunately, the ratings just never changed for them, so Fox had to make the decision to remove them from their Fox animation block. They are alluding to that Fox will replace this with another animation project. I personally had trouble getting into Bless the Heart, so unfortunate to see a cancellation happen, but Fox does have to clean up its slate. In attachment news, Stephen Caple Jr. is being brought on to play the lead role in the Transformers sequel. Another Transformers sequel, so I guess why not? Bumblebee did pretty good numbers, I guess, and this is the product that will never die. But Steven's a great actor. He comes from Hamilton on Broadway. He is going to be the lead of In the Heights when that comes out. Of course, that's also made by Lin-Manuel Miranda, so honestly, Lin keeping Steven in the family in a great way. Steven Yeun, who is definitely one of my favorite actors out there, is just continuing his hot streak. Obviously, he's got the Oscar nomination for Minari, but now he is being brought on to be one of the lead roles in the untitled Jordan Peele movie. He is joining Keke Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya. From what I'm able to dissect, there's definitely a big Korean American element to this story. I don't know any details outside of kind of what I'm seeing and hearing out there, but I loved Get Out. I was meh on Us, so I am hoping that obviously this great cast that's starting to format is going to make a really cool project. Erica Christensen, who you probably know best from Parenthood, is really coming out of the 2021 gates very well. She has just signed on to 2 big features. The first one is Kimmy at HBOMax from Steven Soderbergh, and the other one is Cheaper by the Dozen for Disney+. So good on Erica, good on her team at Gersh for getting this for her. Why the hell not start 2021 on a great foot for her? Admittedly, I'm not very familiar with him, but Nicholas Podani has been tapped by the CW to join their pilot Powerpuff Girls. He is going to be playing Mojo Jojo Jr., the son of the arch nemesis of the Powerpuff Girls. He is both part fanboy and villain, so it's going to be a fun character to play with. And even though I don't know Nicholas, I'm assuming casting did their job, and I'm actually very excited to see this project is practically done casting. So, kudos to them. All right, so those are our top headlines from yesterday for going to your workday. If you have a day off, have fun. In the meantime, please like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jason Ellis. This is Tech Avail News, and I'll see you Monday morning bright and early. Have a great weekend.